Hello, HumeFog government students. All right, next part of policy project. Who's excited? I know you are. Okay, well, let's get started here. We are going to be looking at the sources that are on our LibGuide today. We're going to be specifically talking about Open Congress and Thomas. I'm excited you get to learn about these cool tools. So you're going to be surprised here, but I'm actually going to start with Google. I think the best thing for you to do first is to get an overview of your subject. Now, speaking of your job this week, let's look up here at exactly what you need to do. You need to figure out how many bills have been proposed on a national level to address your topic for the past year and 5 years. Then you're going to pick 5 pieces of legislation, cite the bill number, which committee was assigned to, if it made it to the full floor, what was included in it, committee meeting notes, what was the debate, final vote, all that good sort of stuff. Okay, 5 pieces of legislation. Preferably national legislation, but if you get desperate, there's not enough on the national level, you can search on the state level. So, all right, and you would use the magic of Google to help you do that. Speaking of Google, I'm going to take a topic and kind of go through with you. You can hear my thinking. I estimate this is a 2 to 3 hour project. That's probably about right. Maybe a little less if you're lucky. So let's start with Google, and I'm going to actually type in abortion, Congress, bill, 2012, or maybe even 2011. So you notice here there's going to be, because this is a pretty big issue, there's going to, actually on this website called Open Congress, there's going to be some information. But you're going to notice some bills start up. What you want to look for are things like S with a number or HR with a number, because that's important. Those are bills that made it that are important enough they're being cited in the news and that were in Congress. HR for House of Representatives, S for Senate. So wow, this HR 3 starts showing a lot. I bet that's going to be a big bill. Well, let's try to find out. And so now I'm going to go to Open Congress. And here I am at Open Congress. Now, first thing I'm going to do at Open Congress is you see that little wrench like there. I'm going to get down to it. I just want bills. So I'm going to click off of everything else. Now, 112th Congress, that's the one we're in right now. So if you want to search the past year, you would use that to help you. If you want to go back 5 years, you're going to go down to the 110th. And so I'm going to search for my hot topic of abortion. Okay. See how many hits I get. What do you think? I guess we'll find out. All right, looks like there are 60 bills. It's over about the past 5 years. I can use the dates to help me. So they are listed in order of relevance. Now that's going to be important. That means that the ones that pass tend to be at the beginning and you should focus on those. So that's one reason I think that Open Congress is going to help you. So I'm going to just take one and follow it through. I'm going to show you the information I can find here and then on another website. So HR 3, let's do that one. So I'm going to click on it. No taxpayer funding for abortion. Okay, so when I click on it, you can find out the text, although that might be kind of long. You can find out the committees that refer to the related issues, and you know, the roll call, and how many votes were for it, how many votes were against it, how many abstained, and what their political parties were. Okay, I can go and I can see the actions and votes, so I can kind of find out a little bit about all these actions that are going on with it. There's several pages of that. It's kind of crazy how that is. Anyway, that's kind of something to kind of help you along with that. And like I said here, so I can go back to my overview, and so definitely get some information that way. This is a summary. You're going to need to know that. And then this is what happened, and this is kind of in the official summary. Um, and it gives you organizations supporting and organizations opposing. Okay, so that's pretty helpful. Gives me a lot of information. Going back here, if we look at what we have to do, we've got the bill number. We can find we found the committees where it was assigned. We found out if it made it to the full floor. We haven't found the committee meetings yet. We haven't found out the arguments. Well, we don't know the arguments from the committee meetings. And we would probably want a little bit more information about when it made it to the floor. Okay, so where can I find that? And that is when I bring up Thomas. So this is Thomas. It is also a link on the LibGuide right here. See that? Library of Congress, Thomas. And this is very important because I did this wrong first. I've had to remake this video like 4 times. It is embarrassing. Okay, I should just make mistakes and just keep going on, but I was too embarrassed. Okay, but you got to click on bill number here. Okay, so bill number, man, I made a mistake twice doing that, and then I was here like, what am I doing? Okay, so I'm going to type in HR3 like that. So I know that. So HR3, so this is going to give us like more information. So I can click all information. I can find out the amendments. What is the text of legislation? What are the congressional actions? But do you see this House report? Now that's important because I'm going to need to look at that. Now you realize that a lot of bills never even make it out of committee. Like they go to committee and they just sit there and no one even talks about them. So in this case, since it actually made it out, it was actually voted on. So now I've clicked on, if you saw what I did, I clicked on the House report. Now that's going to help me out to figure out the stuff on the committee. So see here, I have committee consideration. There are hearings. And you see how this like committee consideration, and so, you know, they're talking about what's going on. So when you have to summarize and talk about what's going on, this will help you figure that out. Okay? Even tells you who voted and stuff like that. Okay? And then there's the committee votes. And so, I think this is kind of similar to what was, yeah, it's the same thing that we saw. You know, what the findings were for that. And this will probably go, you know, because they have to get other offices to look at them and all that good sort of stuff. Figure out the budget, is how much money is the bill going to cost. And then if there's any hearings with it, you know, what that would be. Anyway, so that's what you want to look at. It'll help you to kind of get a feel for what was being discussed in committee and all that good sort of stuff. Anyway, I think you'll find that helpful. I want to point out something else too, is that oftentimes now I'm going to, so now I know HR3, so HR3, bill, and we know it's about abortion, right? And then I can put that. And so, of course, I can, you know, use those mad Google skills. You know, 75% of college students don't use Google correctly. If there is one thing you learn, and it's how to be a great Google searcher, hey, I'm going to be very happy with that. So you notice I'm pulling up some HR3 stuff, but one thing I want to point out is that oftentimes you can, on HR3, you can click on YouTube, and there will actually be, you can actually watch the whole thing. Not always, but a lot of times you're going to be able to watch a lot of the debate and stuff like that. C-SPAN 2, you're going to be able to do that. So keep that in mind. If you are a visual learner, then that is definitely something that can kind of help you understand what is in here. Okay, all this stuff. So going back to this, you notice that I had 60 hits. And you notice that here the first question, I probably should have done this first. Okay, forgive me. But remember how I talked about how many bills have been proposed? Well, going back to that, and remember how we have 60 hits on this, and that is 60 hits for the number of see 60 items. That's over the past 5 years, right? Approximately. Now, I do want to point out something here. So 60 hits, and you want to write down 60, but be careful here because some of these are not actually bills. They were just resolutions, which is a different. So you want to, you don't want the resolutions, you want the bills. I'll show you how to tell if something's a resolution here if it comes up. It's not cooperating very much with me right now. Come on. Okay. Oh, you see one? H-res. So we want to count things that are H, R, and S, but don't count the res ones. So anyway, I hope that's helpful. I know you guys are going to contact me if you need anything. Use a combination of Open Congress and all your stuff you find at Thomas, and of course your MAD YouTube, your MAD skills on Google, I hope. And I'll try to put something to C-SPAN up there because a lot of times, like I said, those videos are on C-SPAN if you want to watch. And like I said, it's totally okay. Like in this case, you know, this is a HuffPost article. Might give me a good summary. And just realize that there's a reason why we had you look at how things are portrayed in the media, because if you know about Huffington Post, it's really liberal. So anything that is anti-choice, like the Huffington Post, is going to be a bit biased about that. So anyway, so you always have to look carefully. Look between the lines here, because if you are reading a report, it might be on the bias side, whether it's HuffPost or Fox News. So use those skills, help yourself. Please contact me if you need it. It's due on Tuesday. All right. I'll see you later, HumeFog students. Peace out.